Hey guys, you're at carbuyer.com.au. Today we're going to talk about the car that made BMW. We're talking about a sedan, not an SUV. Very famous car, you can see it right here. It's the BMW 3 Series. That's how they say 3 in German, by the way.
That's right. Now, the 3 Series has been a huge seller for BMW, but this is not about sales volume.
Right.
So what makes the 3 Series special to BMW then? Well, you find out as soon as you drive one and get to a corner. It's just so lovely and agile, and it makes you want to keep going.
So today we're going to explore the current BMW 3 Series at the top rung of performance. I'm talking about the M340i xDrive and the almighty M3. No prizes for guessing which key he stole. This is the BMW M340i xDrive, and it has a 3-litre turbocharged inline 6-cylinder engine with 374 horsepower, as well as various additions from BMW M in the tuning department. Now, all of the 3 Series variants are really lovely to drive, but if you ask me, the M340i is the out.
Whoa. Let's not get carried away here. I mean, okay, the M340i is lovely to drive, but if you want the ultimate 3 Series, it's this one. The mighty BMW M3, and not just any M3, but the full-blooded M3 competition. 510 horsepower and 0 to 100 in just 3.9 seconds. Now this car is bloody fast and it just looks like it. All the M3s have been quick over the years, but this is the first one to have more than 500 horsepower in a car of this size, and that's just desirable. You can tell the M3 competition is fast just by looking at it. Obviously, with 510 horsepower to tame, the engineers at BMW M have worked on its brakes and they've given it special suspension.
But why spend all the extra dough on an M3 when the M340i xDrive is all the car you'll ever need, in Singapore or not? I mean, come on man, we'll get to the 374 horsepower later, but keep in mind the M340i does everyday, normal, relaxed very well. Now obviously there's more power in this car than you could ever expect to use on public roads, but we also have something called M Adaptive Suspension. That's just one part of the M340i's arsenal, so you can go from sporty to comfortable at the push of a button. And check out the back, there's still loads of room for 2 adults there. Just check out how plush the seats are.
But just look at the inside of the M3 competition. I defy any living person to cast an eye over those racy bucket seats in front and not want to strap themselves in right away. And then you have these acres of lovely carbon fiber, that light, strong stuff that Formula 1 racing cars are made of. Plus, in typical M fashion though, it's super customizable. You have buttons to change the settings for the steering weight, the suspension firmness, the throttle response, and even how fast you want the gearbox to change gears.
But why? Why? Because Julian, that's why, right? That's the only answer. Consider this, M340i has xDrive, all-wheel drive, so 0 to 100 in only 4.4 seconds. Because of that, that is quick, man. Like, you remember when under 5 seconds for 0 to 100 was super calm?
Yeah, that is fast, yeah.
So it still is really quick today. And you know, another thing I really like about the car, it's not excessive. It's subtle.
Fine, but think of it like this, right? We only have a finite amount of time on Earth, right? So if I had the means, I would go with the M3 and just go for something properly fast, furious, and also legendary. Now, we've both driven these cars extensively as journalists, right? What I actually find amazing about the M3 is how well-rounded it is, you know?
Really?
You can be bombing along something super sporty one moment, and then you push a couple of buttons, and then you've got something that's really nice, relaxed, comfortable, and refined. I could drive for hours and hours in the M3 competition, and I have the spine of a 45-year-old. So yes, it's fast, but the stunning thing about the M3 is just how comfy it is as well. It's the most powerful 3 Series around, but it's still very much a 3 Series.
Keep in mind that Julian also has the brain of a 4-year-old. Because who needs more than 400 horsepower in a car in Singapore anyway? The M340i xDrive is also less expensive to buy and maintain than an M3, of course. You know, M power doesn't come cheap. And if you can drive for hours in an M3, you could definitely go for days in an M340i. It's a car for a more civilized drive more of the time.
Okay, but the point remains, right? If you're any kind of keen driver at all, and leaving cost aside, you would definitely go for the M3. It has all the sporty hallmarks of a proper BMW.
Yeah,
Number
that's
one,
true.
rear-wheel drive. Number two, that fantastic six-cylinder engine.
Now you're all about rear-wheel drive, slides, destroy tires and stuff, right? But you know, I tried the M340i on track in Portimao, the prototype, a few years ago, and that car really did let me power out of corners. Made me feel like a hero without staining my pants. And you know what the question is? What is the nicest car to drift?
Well, for you it's none because you are horrible at drifting. You're actually quite terrible at it. Yeah.
Well, I agree, but that exactly is my point. The easiest car to drift is the one you're most comfortable drifting.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, if you feel safer and should only do this on the track, fine. But don't forget the M3 competition has 10 levels of traction control. But never mind, because this car has been great. The M3 has been a legend even before it had traction control. So I think you can't argue with the weight of history.
That's true, but I would argue that 3 Series is the whole story. We have our Venn diagram, 3 Series, and the M3 is there, and the M340 is here. Right? They overlap.
Well, I think it's clear that we're never really going to see eye to eye on this, but let's focus on some common ground here. I do agree that even a regular 3 Series is nothing to sniff at, and after all these years, it's still the quintessential sports sedan.
But enough of our mindless bickering, we've come to the end of this video. Tell us what you think. Which flavor of 3 Series would you choose in Singapore? The M3 or the M340i, or which 3 Series of the whole range? Let us know in the comments, and remember to like this video, subscribe to carbuy.com.sg, and visit the website for all things motoring in Singapore.